Year after year, movie after movie, fight scenes have proven to be one of the most important factors that attract people to the theater. And when it comes to the intricacies of delivering a world-class fight scene, nobody does it better than the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Over the years, the franchise has grown, and of course, the movies and fight scenes have followed suit. Join us in this exciting video as we run through the top 10 memorable fight scenes of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The God of Thunder really came into his own in Thor Ragnarok, delivering outstanding performances that were even better than those that he put up in his first two solo movies. Throughout the movie, Thor was marooned on a mysterious planet, and just about the same time, his sister Hela was conquering Asgard, albeit with the help of an undead army. But eventually, Thor escapes the planet together with his brother Loki, while Hulk forms an alliance with Valkyrie, Korg, and Meek, and teams up with Heimdall to defend Asgard against Hela and her forces. Somehow, Thor realized he had special powers, and to the fascination of MCU fans, he dispatched Hela's soldiers while Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song narrated the action. In the midst of the chaos, Hulk faced off against Hela's giant wolf pet. Hela, however, remained a thorn in the flesh, and even with all his newfound power, Thor realized he couldn't defeat his sister. Hence, he teamed up with Loki to cause Ragnarok to call forth the gigantic demon Surtur to come to their rescue in what is perhaps the most metal scene in the entire history of metal.
Oh, I've missed this.
Most of the world's greatest heroes assembled in Wakanda to protect their fellow Avengers and prevent Thanos from capturing one of the Infinity Stones that powers the android Vision. What happens next is an intense battle between several heroes, such as Captain America, Black Widow, Black Panther, and many others, fighting for their dear lives against a horde of enemies. Initially, it looked like the team of Avenger heroes were going to be overwhelmed by the opposition. But thankfully, Thor, Groot, and Rocket Raccoon arrived just in time to offer backup for their colleagues and the armies of Wakanda. The battle rages on for a long time, enough to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. The scenes became even more tense, and there were serious fears that some of our favorite MCU heroes could lose their lives. Thankfully, none lost their lives, but Thanos eventually arrived to capture the final stone and banish half of all living things out of existence.
Brother.
You might want to pick up the pace.
Here, the Russo brothers supervised one of the most epic fights in the history of the Marvel franchise. It all starts when the Winter Soldier and the villainous Hydra's best assassin attack Captain America, Black Widow, and the Falcon on a highway with the sole aim of mutilating Jasper Sitwell, who was acting as an informant for the heroes. Unfortunately, the Winter Soldier gets the job done, but he's intercepted and the two engage in one-on-one combat. The fighting continues to a standstill until Captain America knocks off the covering on the Winter Soldier's face to reveal his true identity as Bucky Barnes, Captain America's long-thought deceased best friend. The scene becomes emotional as Rogers attempts to stop Hydra from going on a killing spree, while also saving him from a lifetime of servitude to an evil organization. Eventually, he succeeds, and Bucky Barnes becomes an important ally for the Avengers. However, he would fight against Captain America in the finale. The Battle of New York undoubtedly features some of the most tense combat scenes of the MCU franchise. And we perhaps shouldn't be surprised because Loki and his army were always going to give the Avengers a tough time. But in the end, the sequence turned out to be even more exciting than we expected. Iron Man was very much visible as he flew through the skies of Manhattan while Hawkeye sent arrows in different directions. At the same time, Thor was busy calling down lightning, while Captain America and Black Widow engaged in fierce one-on-one combat, and Hulk was quite busy smashing around as well. Furthermore, this sequence also contains the iconic Circle Up scene, where all 6 of the original Avengers line up, ready to do battle. Another iconic sequence shows the Avengers and Iron Man teaming up, where the latter shoots his lasers off Captain America's shield when Thor and the Hulk fought off numerous enemies on the back of a gigantic alien. And all of these certainly helped pull more people to the movie theaters. Captain America: Civil War encompasses a lot of things, most notably the self-contained emotional story that evolves the characters of Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and even Iron Man. Quite frankly, the superhero cast was massive, but as expected, Captain America remained at the center of all the action. In a rare occurrence, the Avengers split into 2 sections after the signing of the Sokovia Accords, which mandated the group to fall under the jurisdiction of the United Nations. The Iron Man-led faction of the Avengers supported this initiative, while another faction led by Captain America objected to it. The tension builds up and eventually leads to an intense showdown at the Berlin airport, where Captain America takes on Iron Man, Black Panther, and Spider-Man. The entire sequence was a spectacle, and that does affirm the expertise and quality of the Russo brothers as directors.
Hey, Cap, heads up! Throw it at this. Now! Oh, come on! Oh, man, I thought it was...
The MCU franchise has seen many effusive fights, but this one between Iron Man, Captain America, and the Winter Soldier is perhaps the most emotional. During the course of the movie, Iron Man finds out that Bucky, under the control of Hydra, was responsible for the death of his parents. This triggers his rage so much that he viciously attacks Captain America and the Winter Soldier, both of whom are his former friends. The Winter Soldier manages to destroy the chest piece of Iron Man's suit. In response, Iron Man chops off the Winter Soldier's metal arm. However, Captain America and the Winter Soldier came out of the fight victorious, albeit at the expense of their friendship with Iron Man, who has partnered with them many times in the past to save the world.
This isn't gonna change what happened. I don't care. He killed my mom.
In this sequence, half of the Avengers and half of the Guardians of the Galaxy face off against Thanos. Having secured the Soul Stone, Thanos was locked in a conversation with Doctor Strange and took time out to explain why he wants to commit global genocide, but thankfully, the Avenger and Guardian were alert to the threat. The combination of Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and the Guardians all tried to capture the Infinity Stones, but they came up short. Then fans got a scare when Thanos almost killed Iron Man, but Doctor Strange gave up the Time Stone to save him. And just in case anyone was in doubt, Thanos showcased his true ability with the Infinity Stones, which allowed him to throw a whole moon at Iron Man. But thankfully, the superhero would live to fight another day.
Stop! Spare his life, and I will give you the stone.
This interesting sequence sees Spider-Man drift into a realm of different weird illusions created by Mysterio. These illusions range from an image of zombie Iron Man and a spider transitioning into an army of Mysterios. And even though the final fight in London was much more fierce, the clever use of imagery and ultimate display of illusionary power from Mysterio made the sequence an entertaining watch for viewers.
Strike zone. The chance of getting hit is...
Fire all the drones now!
Right. You do deserve that. You can't trick me anymore.
This waterfall fight combines quite a number of interesting acting elements as Killmonger defeats T'Challa to become the new ruler of the Wakanda Kingdom. Unlike most of the other... We'll talk about saving the best for last. The final battle of Avengers Endgame makes for an exciting watch for everyone, including those who are not fans of the MCU franchise. After traveling through time to resurrect half of the universe, had to do battle against Thanos and his armies. But this time, Marvel came up with a blockbuster surprise that we've all been waiting for. Apart from having all members of the Avengers present, the Guardians of the Galaxy and their allied armies traveled through Doctor Strange's portal to feature in this epic battle, stopping Thanos from establishing his own order. And after 40 minutes of heavy metal warfare, Iron Man took possession of all 6 Infinity Stones, which allowed him to snap Thanos and his armies out of existence.
Is that everyone? Like you wanted more?
Avengers!
Assemble. No, give me that. You have the little one.
Hey! Holy cow! You will not believe what's been going on. Do you remember when we were in space? And I got all dusty, and I must have passed out because I woke up and you were gone, but Dr. Strange was there, right? And he was like, it's been 5 years, come on, they need us. And then he started doing the yellow sparkly thing that he does all the time. What are you doing? Oh, this is nice.
Gamora? I thought I lost you.
Touch.
You missed the first time. Then you got them both the second time.
This is the one? Seriously?
Your choices were him or a tree.